Feels like take your husband to work day. Today, we're doing a Q&A with Seth. Thank you, Seth, for being with us. Don't worry, I won't be weird the whole time.
Okay.
Hey guys, my name is Shayla. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I talk about motherhood, I talk about pregnancy. I'm on Instagram, Hey Shayla. I just started a podcast, Hey Shayla. If you're into that, please subscribe. But none of that matters. Today I have Seth here, and on my Instagram, I asked if you guys had some questions for Seth. They were pretty good questions. Luckily, he agreed to do this. Seth, would you like to say anything to start?
Nope.
When I asked him to do this, he was like, oh, I've been waiting for you to ask for me to be in a video. This is my dream for so long.
No.
Also, I am, excuse me, Seth, 37 weeks.
weeks.
By the time it posts, I'll be about 38 weeks, which is terrifying. All right, we're gonna bang through these questions. This is in no particular order. I literally just wrote it down. First thing, I can't think of anything, but I love this. He seems so fun. That's what somebody wrote. You are so fun.
That's not a question, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. Number 2, share with us a bucket list item that you have.
Like just like a trip I want to go to, or a thing I want to do, or
Anything. Like what's on your bucket? What's something you want to do in your lifetime?
I want to go to space. I feel like you can do that now. Everybody's taking trips. Elon Musk.
I didn't know that was something that you had.
Well, I didn't know that we could do that, and then all of a sudden people just started being like, we're gonna go to space. I want to go to space.
I don't know if somebody was like, hey Shay, do you want to go to space? I don't know what I would say.
I'm gonna wait a little bit, let the guinea pigs, all the rich people like go, and just like whatever they're thinking about. There's gonna be like a hotel that you can go stay at. Yeah, I'm doing that for sure. Maybe that'll be like where we renew our vows after we finally get married.
When we turn 100. You think it'll be soon? The hotel?
I pray I don't live until 100.
Oh, that's my goal. What do I do? Do I remarry if you die?
I don't know. I mean, I think I'll live until I'm like 85.
I'm still gonna be hot when I'm 85.
I mean, yeah.
I'll still be able to pull someone at 85.
To the other 85-year-olds, maybe you might rob the cradle at like 70.
You think so?
You could rob a 70-year-old
You
cradle.
love me.
There you go.
Next question. What was your first impression of me?
Like, what is this girl doing? Like, yeah, pretty much. I was just like, this girl's interesting.
Well, to start, we met at a coffee place. Did we both ask for non-dairy coffee? They put dairy in yours. And I was like, you should ask for a different one. You were like, no, it's fine. I remember that. And then we went on a really long walk, and it just wasn't long enough, you know? So then we went into a restaurant, and we had an appetizer.
Yeah.
And then the night had to end, and we left, just wanting to hang out more.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, basically you're saying your first impression of me was, what is she doing? Because I was just like, oh, I'm traveling
Well, just
here, I'm
like,
doing this.
I guess obviously I was attracted to you and like, all right, cool, let's do this.
Okay.
But I think overall, like after I got to know you a little bit more than just like
Appearance.
I was like, this girl's wild. She's all over the place. It's interesting, and I never felt like bored. Like it was always engaging, interesting. Pushed me out of my comfort zone, and that other half that you need, I guess.
Seth! We met on Bumble. I left to go travel to Cuba and Nicaragua, came back. Then we went on a date and hung out for like the 3 weeks that I was home.
Uh-huh.
And then I left for Greece. And then on the way home from Greece, I was just going to stop in Ireland. And Seth was like, I don't have a passport, but I've never been to Ireland and I can meet you there. So we rented a van for a week in Ireland after we Skyped for 3 months, but it was so fun. Do we have any plans to travel again?
Yeah, I think that's definitely in the cards. It's just getting our like home base set up.
I feel like there's 2 pieces. A, we're trying to get this place like comfortable to be in.
Yeah.
And like somewhere that we have created and enjoy. And 2, like waiting until the children are a bit older.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. How are we the same and how are we different?
Shayla likes chaos. She likes always being on the go, like plans and schedules and all this stuff. I'm a little bit more slow motion. I like things to be a little bit more chill. I like to have like a routine. I think we both like to wing things. We're not really much for planning something out big time and then doing it. Like we're just more like, yeah, well, let's do this. Okay, let's go. And then we just kind of figure it out. And if it doesn't go the way that we thought it was going to go, it's even better because nothing goes the way we ever think it's going to go. It's always just kind of by the seat of our pants. So.
But our attitudes are similar in that we're excited for whatever happens, kind of.
Well, yeah, and it always ends up being good. So, and even if it's bad, it's still funny. Like, I can't tell how many times we've like driven hours to get to a place only to be like, we don't like it, turn around and go right back.
But then on the way we find like a cool little dive restaurant, or we go on some dumb hike, but it's still just nice to get outside or whatever.
It sounds so corny, but just being together and just like
enjoy each other's company.
I don't know. It's not so much the destination, it's how you get there. So just like what you do on the way there, that's, what do they say? It's
not about the destination, it's about the journey. Yeah. The trash man's going by again. How involved are you in naming baby number 2?
Try not to be as involved as I was for baby number 1, because I pretty much hijacked the name for Leah. And so baby number 2, I'm trying to make sure it's like her choice. I don't want to just like hate the name. Obviously, I want to like it. I'm trying to be more flexible on things. So
because he kind of named Aaliyah, but I liked it. So now this time I kind of get to name this baby, but he has to like it.
Yeah,
seems fair. How has the relationship changed since becoming parents?
Well, I don't know. There's so many different levels to that question. I guess the relationship has changed in that things need to be a little bit more scheduled, and you need to make time for each other and time for yourselves. Make sure each person feels supported in their endeavors. So like with Shay, she's got a lot going on with the YouTube channel and the podcast and all the content and all this stuff. Well, one, she needs to make sure she gets enough rest. But she needs time to like get this stuff done. So whatever that means, I try to be there because she's supported me in so many of the things that I've wanted to do. For the most part, it's done easily, but there are days where it's like, well, crap, I gotta get this done, you gotta get that done. But you figure it out, because if she's growing, then we're growing. I feel like becoming parents things seem even better. Like, I don't know, it feels
now
great.
I feel like now that we've gotten in a groove, it was really hard in the beginning. I feel like that's common when you very first have your baby, the shock of parenthood and like trying to keep this baby alive, and then also trying to keep your relationship good and healthy.
Yeah, but not really. Like I
think that's the difference between moms and dads, honestly. Like I feel like as moms, just everything's changed, and I feel like dads
because you have a lot more to deal with.
Right.
Like it's way rougher on moms than it is dads. Dads, it's like you just got to figure out a new schedule where you have to be a little bit more thoughtful and considerate with time and what's going on.
Somebody asked if it took you a while to bond with Aaliyah.
No, there are like bits and phases, I think, where she just wanted mom. And obviously while she's breastfeeding, it's like the lifeblood. And I just felt like nothing.
Ebbs and flows.
It just kind of depends. So I don't know, if you're making an effort and you're trying to be involved, then you should be fine. At some points you do feel like you're chopped liver, because mom is going to be mom. There's no way around that. But I feel very connected with Aaliyah. Like it's the best thing in the world.
It did take me a while to get connected to Aaliyah, and that's personal. Like some people immediately bond with their baby. I felt like you bonded pretty quickly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It took me months to be like, okay, this is a stranger. She just needs everything from me. This feels very one-sided.
Well, that was because of the breastfeeding
right.
stuff. You just kind of felt like you were sustenance, and that's all she wanted.
Which it was, and that's a perspective. Some people think that that's really great.
Yeah, it just depends on how you look at it, I guess.
When are we getting married? So we've been engaged now for about 2 years. But that's because of COVID. Like, if it were up to me, and I feel like you too, we would have been married in 6 months post-engagement. Like, I wanted that. I would have been married 3 months later. I was like, boom, let's do it. Then we had a baby. Then we had COVID. There's just been so many things. Plus, we're not big planners. Stop trying to read the questions. So the plan is this summer. But I just call him my husband because we would have already been married if not for COVID. Biggest pet peeve of mine. The thing that I do that is a pet peeve for you.
The way you swallow when you're drinking water. When she drinks any beverage, it is the...
Here, let me take a sip of
No,
here.
I don't even want you to do it.
I like genuinely don't know why, but here we go. Ready?
Oh, God, don't do that. Oh.
I tried to not have that happen. I don't know why I do it. I can't.
She can't swallow like a normal person. You can hear it through the phone. We'll be having a conversation on the phone, and she'll swallow some water, and I want to throw my phone out the window of the car. It's like, done.
Okay, well that was fun. Would you take a placenta pill, an encapsulated placenta?
No.
Would you do it for $1,000?
No.
There has to be a price that
I'm not
you do
doing it.
At some point you would do it. It's just a pill.
$1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen to you if you take it?
I don't know, it's disgusting.
I'm encapsulating my placenta. pending that it's a healthy looking placenta. With COVID, your placenta can look kind of goofy. The other day, Seth literally was just making all these like nasty noises, and I was like, you need to stop. Because I also think it's kind of gross. I'm not like, yeah, this is gonna be tasty. Like, no. But postpartum for me was gnarly, and if this can help, we're all on board.
Valid. That's valid.
Is dad guilt a thing?
Is dad guilt a thing?
Okay, mom guilt is like, oh my gosh, my kid's watching too much TV. I gave her 5 squeezers today.
I guess in that regard, yeah, I think it is a thing. Sometimes I just feel like I'm missing out on things. I don't want to be this like dad that just goes, well, mom does that. It's like, well, no, dad can do that too, and dad should do that. I want to be as involved as I possibly can be. Obviously, there's some things that I'm going to miss out on, and that sucks.
That took a while for you to like...
Yeah.
Because you were really upset about it in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. But now it's like here and there. So yeah, dad guilt's a thing. It's just, you have to be realistic about it. You're going to miss out on things. Mom's going to miss out on things. Some days are going to be better than others, but for the most part, if you're making an effort and you know you are, like...
I think that's a good point, even for moms. Like,
yeah.
As long as you know... And you even say that to me. You're like, why are you upset that she's watched this much TV? You guys were outside all day yesterday or whatever. And I'm like, but today's a new day. She's watched a whole show on Disney.
I think about the big picture.
How would you describe your parenting style?
Just, I don't know. I don't even know. I guess it would just be like laid back, let her figure out things, let her experience stuff. Sometimes that means falling down and getting hurt to an extent. Obviously, I don't want
calculated risk.
Bust her damn head open. I want the kids not to be coddled to where they're like their experience to life is limited, so when they get to a certain like difficult aspect, they don't know how to deal with it. I would like them to have some challenges and some adversity to overcome, but I think our parenting style is like experience based, laid back, and then morally driven. Like, what character do we want to impart on our kids, I guess?
What are 3 words that you would want?
Respect, integrity, and kindness.
Mine's kind, brave, and curious.
I like those.
The combination's good.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you on board with all of the crunchy stuff that Shayla comes up with, or do you just go along with it?
I would say for the most part, yeah, I'm definitely on board with it. Some stuff I'm like, yeah, no, we're not
like
doing
placenta.
that. Like the placenta thing, even the cloth diapering at first, I was like, that's gross, I don't want to do that. But it's not as bad as you think, and she got potty trained pretty early. I mean, she's not fully potty trained, obviously, but she's doing pretty good. I do think it's because of the cloth diapering, and it's a lot easier than you think, mostly because she does most of the cloth diaper washing stuff.
Yeah, you're like, it's so easy. I just put it in the bin and it comes back clean.
It's this weird thing. I just leave it out and the next day it's clean.
If you do cloth diapering, get a laundry fairy. Make sure that the laundry fairy comes to your house to do the laundry.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. Were you always crunchy, or were you always kind of naturally minded like this, or do you think that I instilled some of that into you?
Shayla instilled most of it. I never.
But you were drawn to it.
However, I will say this. Shayla never recycled before she met me, and that blows my mind. Like, I don't know how.
My family didn't recycle. I will say this. Now Seth is a really bad recycler.
No, I'm not. I'm the same recycler I've always been.
So he's always been a terrible recycler. He just knew how to do it.
At least I was recycling.
You're right.
You weren't even recycling.
Well, I didn't know.
Dude, sometimes you throw cans in the trash and I'm like...
I do not.
When we first met?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what could be recycled and what could not be recycled.
Yeah, she was like, can you teach me how to recycle? And I was like, what?
I didn't know. And then you took it at an environmental class or whatever.
Yeah.
They asked you, like, what's one small change you can make?
Reusable water bottles.
Reusable water bottles and reusable coffee mugs.
Yep.
Ooh, we're already almost to the end.
Sweet.
Advice for dads in delivery. That was a big one. A lot of people were asking that.
I just feel like, how do you mess that up? Just do whatever they need. Do you, like... Who cares about your feelings? You're not the one birthing the kid.
That's the thing, though. A lot of dads see their person in, like, pain, and they want to, like, help them.
Yeah, so help them.
They don't know how.
So you obviously can't push the baby out for them. You can't take any of the pain away. Well, actually, you might be able to, like, if there's, like, back labor and you can, like, do counter pressure or something. So you can do stuff like that.
Every minute. Don't eat snacks. between minute contractions.
Hey, I needed a little bit of sustenance, okay? I was hungry. I needed energy. I was burning calories pushing on your back all the time.
You did a lot of work.
I was pushing, not as much as you, obviously, but I was pushing on your back a little bit, give you a little bit of relief.
There was one time where Seth was not there when a contraction started, and I could just hear him fumbling with like the snacks, and I was like, Seth! And I was in the tub, and the tub was getting gross apparently, so he had to put his gloves on. So he's trying to put the snacks away, put his gloves back on, get back to get me. And I was like, what are you doing?
There's stuff like floating in the tub. I was like, bleh! I don't want to just... I'm not trying to touch that.
Some dads get in the tub with mom to birth the baby.
Y'all are tripping. I would never.
So that's the other thing, is a lot of dads, they get queasy or... Stop looking at the questions.
I can't even read them.
Oh, you can't read. That's right. I forgot.
I can't even see it.
I can't even read. They get queasy. It's a medical thing. There's sometimes blood. There's it's a lot going on. But Seth really wanted to be by my head for the support.
I couldn't leave your side. Here's my advice. Do whatever you need to do to help them achieve whatever they're trying to achieve. Whether they want to do it medicated, not medicated, if they want like certain things done, like delayed cord clamping or whatever. Just figure out what they want to do and what is like their main, like I don't want this to happen.
Right, like I didn't want an epidural, and nobody ever brought it up. Did anyone ever ask you?
No.
Because I was the weird hypnobirthing.
Everything went pretty quick. Just do whatever you need to do to help them.
Support
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
If you need to push on their back, push on their back. If you need to say things that you know will help them, like I just stayed right by her ear, and I'm a pretty personal person, so I just kept things very quiet, and only she could hear the things I was saying to her to help her get through the tough parts of it.
And he knew exactly what I needed to hear. So somebody else asked about hypnobirthing. They're like, how involved is my partner if I'm hypnobirthing?
If she needs to get into a mindset to get through whatever she's about to go through, allow it. I will never be able to imagine like what that pain is like or what that whole experience is like. It's incredible. Whatever she's got to do, let her do it, and whatever you can do to help, do it. And then at the end, you can come together and everything will be great. But for those like moments leading up to the actual like birth, just be the assist and
be good energy. Like I don't
stay positive.
Did I ever snap at you or like say anything? No. But like if he's rubbing my back, if that didn't feel good, and I was like, stop rubbing my back. Can't take that personally. There's too much going on. Advice for supporting mom postpartum. Postpartum meaning like the first 4 months.
It was just tough because like you're dealing with all the emotions and hormones and up and down, and there's pain and their body's not completely healed. There's just so many things to it. All I can say is just have patience and have grace. You are going to get to a point where you're just like either frustrated or you're having a tough time yourself, and at that point just try to communicate that and just say, look, I understand you're going through this. I understand it's hard. I'm trying to support you the best I can, but like I'm having a really tough time right now. And then at that point, hopefully your person, Shay, was pretty good at this. She was just like, yeah, you're right. Like you have been doing a lot. I would be lying to you if I didn't tell you there's going to be some tough points, because there definitely is going to be some tough points that you got to get through, but it's all worth it.
The last question is, what is your favorite thing about me?
Okay, so this is a weird answer, but it's the only way I can think to put it. My favorite thing about you...
Here, you should say it to me. Look me in my eyes.
No, this is weird.
Come on. I didn't even make this question up. Somebody actually asked that.
No. Okay, look. My favorite thing about you is before I met Shay, I would have these like grandiose ideas and be like, oh, that'd be so cool if this could happen or if this could happen, and most of the time I would just be like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. It wasn't to say that like I didn't think good things would happen for me. It was just more pessimistic than optimistic. Meeting Shay, like the best thing about her was she would be like, well, what do you want to do? Okay, let's figure out how to get there, and then it would happen, and then things just kept happening, and I was just like, what the? So it was like your optimism, but also you had the drive and hard work and like plan how to get there, and like we just kept putting these things out and they just kept happening. And so I think it was just a whole mindset. It's just a breath of fresh air. So many people are so negative about stuff. Just to be optimistic about things and not even entertain the idea of like your goals and dreams not happening. It was just so nice, and it's changed my entire outlook on things. Pretty much the way I see life now. I don't really look at things through the lens I used to.
Well,
I mean, it's like corny, but it's true.
But almost now, sometimes I'm more pessimistic than you are.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, you kind of taught me this, so why are you acting like this?
Yeah.
Well, even like this whole social media thing, for me, I'm like, that's not a real job, really. And I think a lot of people think that I just do it for funsies.
I mean, you are doing it for funsies because you like what you do.
That's true. But I also get to make money at it.
Well, that's the goal. You want to do something you love. Nobody wants to go to work and hate it.
Fact. This isn't a question, but I'll tell you my favorite thing about you. You are the honest, integrity, whatever else you said, dedicated person. And those are some things that I lack.
Are you lying right now?
Why?
Because you said you lack honesty.
Oh, well, I just mean like, I live more in the gray. This is the example that I use all the time. One time we were at Target and Seth accidentally came out with like soda water at the bottom of the cart. And he was like, I need to go back inside and pay for this soda water.
Well, you know how it is when you're checking out and you
it's
pay for all your stuff and you have the thing at the bottom of the cart and then you forget the...
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's a very common thing.
Yeah.
Had it been a computer, so this is me. I'm like, Target's taking a lot of my money. It's $3. It's fine. He was like, oh, no, I have to go back in and pay for it. I'm joking, but like that is my favorite thing about you, that you're honest, Abe, and that you have the integrity to go back in and walk in with your thing and be like, hey, I didn't pay for this, and then pay for it.
I don't know, it just felt wrong.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm kind of in the gray area where I'm like, that's fine. And Seth is like very black and white of like, this is wrong, this is right. But that's my favorite thing about you is your integrity, your honesty. You make me do better because I'm like, WW Seth do, you know?
WWSD.
Yeah. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you like this, please like it, please subscribe, and probably me, I will see you next time. All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye.